Hey, what's up, Hangover Gang? This is Ebony and Ivory.
Hello, welcome.
Today we're gonna have a look at another track from Tom Macdonald, and this one is to his newest music video, which is called Brainwashed.
I'm excited, so crazy.
Always. So without any further ado, let's just freaking jump straight into it.
Yeah.
The country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world, the only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors cause they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Amazing.
Heavy, straight from the beginning. Like he goes straight into it. From what I can see, like the track is, there's, I think, underlying like unite thing, but he's just mentioning how, I guess, the system, and be it, the media, government, is trying to take over, put the things over our eyes and, let us go one way. Wow, there's like so many cool things that he mentioned there. Something that like stood out for me, like... I'm wondering if I'm appropriating the black culture by listening to rap and being a white guy now. Am I?
No.
All right. No, but so many things. Like he mentioned about, how the fallen soldiers, have one day a year where they're being celebrated. And then, people that, maybe come out as gay or, things like that. They have like a Pride month, the whole month and so on. It's really like I can understand why he mentioned that the video would break the internet, because I can already see there's going to be quite a few people angry at what he said so far.
Wow, I think you kind of said it all. From the little of the lyrics that I picked, I just summarize it by saying, now he's just trying to say things that are not so important, that are what people try to make important, but things that are really important, they seem to look at it as less important. They don't speak out when it's supposed to be spoken out.
From what he mentioned, those things are amplified by media, like things that are not really important, but they seem like they're being very important. Man, it's just like bullshit, And basically in this first verse, I think he's calling out quite a few things. He also mentioned Big Pharma, how, really for them, curing people, making them well, is not really in their interest because they make money by actually, trying to sell you. So as he said, they lose the client whenever they cure someone. So in a way, I mean, there's a little bit of like this... underlying conspiracy theory tone here. I find this type of discussions quite cool. And, he mentioned about vaccines, which, this is like totally hot right now. You have like, two sides, one totally against, one is like, you should be taking it. And I can understand these are like, world issues.
These are all issues that affect like the whole world, not just America. So I can see why he actually said the internet is going to like break, because it's the truth. And it's so sad that the internet kind of, makes everything sound and look, different. The news and everything there, is crazy, sincerely.
These are, very polarizing topics. And I think he even mentioned in this verse, like, let's just have a discussion. We should have a discussion, not, every liberal is like dumb, or, every conservative person is like a racist, So I, I like it. I mean, I can understand why it would be quite controversial.
A nice one. Let's go ahead.
We'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, 'cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed.
Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets.
The whole world's brainwashed.
It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
How did monkeys become people?
Wow.
Okay, I think that was the chorus. It kind of sounded like it, so it was a bit shorter.
Yeah. So basically, this chorus, he's just calling on everybody to, unite, come out and speak in one voice, like in unity. That don't feel brainwashed. Don't let, them brainwash, brainwash you, speak lies into you to deceive you. You come out and then you stand as one, not separately. Pick a team and come out. That doesn't really mean you fight left or right. You come out together, pick a team, come out with your partner, come out with a friend or someone, come out to fight and stand as one.
So it sounds to me like basically he's speaking out against, the media here, maybe the government a little bit here as well, I guess, like let's call it system. I think that's my kind of a thinking here.
Okay.
Damn, it ain't you against me.
How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe, cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun? White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us.
Ooh, hot,
Wow.
hot.
More like more stuff that's just
Really
like breaking the
ballistic
internet.
missile. Oh my god.
I mentioned there was like this little bit, I felt like, conspiracy theory here. And he mentioned fluoride, which to be honest, I don't think it's like even proper conspiracy theory. But I know in UK, I think like 10% of the country has a water supply that has a fluoride in it. And, there's like theories about how it's making people dumb and all that stuff. So that's referenced here quite a bit. And I can, connect it to the title of the track, which is Brainwashed. The other thing he mentioned as well, which I found really cool, is like, they want you to pick a side, either black or white. But it's cool in a way, for me, at least the way I see it, is that he could be referring like to being, on the right in political spectrum and the left, but also like a race. He could also mean like being white and being black.
You're right.
And then he continues also to say something along the lines that white people are being taught to think that they're born with the privilege, And I think there's a term going around in general called white guilt, where, some people like, again, would be like brainwashed, white people to kind of apologize, for being privileged. Whereas, funnily enough, we did white trash not long ago and have so many white people living in poverty. They're being called white trash. And do you think they're born like privileged? I mean, there's kind of a disconnect there. So he really points out a lot of like weird things happening in the world right now, and kind of things that don't really make sense. and how, left is fighting with the right and it's not going anywhere. While we are fighting, this is like what the system, be the government, big pharma, media, that's what they want. They want to control people,
Yeah.
This is what I get from this.
And I also think all these things all boils down to the fake news, fake things that the media, that the social media, brings out to the public. Like I can see on the video, if you see that televisions which are blank, which means there's no news. It looks like nothing is on the TV. It's blank, totally like that white noise and all. And
it's funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah, I can see like
funny that you mentioned that, because to me, if you notice, like there's this like let's call it a noise. It's funny that to you represents like, what is it, no news or fake
no
news?
news. It looks like no news. There should be nothing to, social media giving out.
To me, it represents like being brainwashed. You can look at it, but you don't see anything. It's just like chaos. There's literally nothing.
Yeah.
And I think to me, it's kind of referring to being brainwashed. Like, there's no sense in it. You cannot see any images, nothing that's of value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the same thing. It could mean two different ways as well for me. This feels like the media, the television behind there represents the media. So there's no news on the television. The newspaper scattered on the ground everywhere means they carry fake news and fake, things around. So they're scattered. Mean like wasted everywhere on the floor. No one to read them. No paying attention. He's actually backing the televisions, not watching, not listening to the fake news and the social media and whatever the newspaper publications or whatever they have to say. Just you think with your head, your brain. Don't let this stuff brainwash you. Back all the fake news. Don't listen to them. Don't let them brainwash you. That's what I kind of think.
Okay. Yeah, from time to time, I've noticed there's like an eye kind of on the TV, which I think maybe means like, the system, the government, media kind of watching you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then also when he talked about the people talking about the vaccine, microchip, whatever in the vaccine, to use in tracking, humans, while the phones in your pockets are already tracking. Such things actually those are things you get from the media. Those are things we've heard and watched trying to brainwash us. It's really crazy thinking about it.
Now that you mentioned this, like tracking and all that stuff, there's a kind of controversial guy in UK called David Icke, and he's all about like conspiracy theories and Illuminati. And one of the things he talks about is like being in a prison, but the prison doesn't have the bars. Like you think that you're free, but in reality, the media, all that is actually controlling you. So you think that you're free, but in reality, you're not. You're not thinking for yourself, and it looks like you're actually free. And I know they've used this bit from David Icke in one of the tracks from Jedi Mind Tricks. It's also like a rap artist, and I love his stuff as well. So he had a track that's all about like conspiracy theories, which is kind of, on a different note, but...
They're neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die, the whole world's brainwashed.
Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets.
The whole world's brainwashed.
It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7, fabricate a problem made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die, the whole world's brainwashed.
Everybody
goodness.
Oh, cool. This whole verse was pretty much like a recipe on how to control people, which, yeah, starts with step 1, train people only to consume. If you train them only to consume and then provide them with your message constantly through like a TV, you'll get them to think certain way and follow you. And it's funny, it's just what I mentioned about like being in a prison without walls. It's like, you think you're free, but actually they've been training you to think certain way. He mentions about indoctrinating children in a school, through the education, so you teach them certain way, and then that, they'll be thinking in a certain way and so on. So it's easier to control people that way. Which brings me to like Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall, part 2. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. It's pretty cool verse. It gives you like a, recipe from step 1 to step 9, how to control people,
Seriously, infiltrate the adult with the news. It's actually so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, the track is, I can understand why it's going to be controversial.
Seriously.
But funnily enough, he mentioned, not in this verse, but in the previous one, he mentioned about kicking off the president from Twitter being like, more important than ballistic missiles from other countries. Which I think he refers here to Trump, because he was banned on Twitter. This track is like packed with a lot of controversial
Just so many
topics,
interesting topics.
In a way, it also could be clever thing putting those things there because it will cause a reaction. You have a lot of people that will agree, and you also have a lot of people that will disagree. But it will be very controversial. People want to watch it, listen to it, But overall message for me, like again, like totally underlying somewhere there is like being united. We should be united, think for ourselves. There was like funny bit in, I think maybe second verse. There was evolution from a monkey to human, and then when the human became sheep, like what kind of evolution is that? Like we're going back down to like the primitive form being controlled.
Yeah, in general, he just wants us to come out together, unite, not to let ourselves be brainwashed. Make your decisions on your own. Don't let the media make decisions or rule you. Unite as one. Speak the right thing. Speak your mind. Be free. To think for yourself, and just unity. Just unity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a pretty cool track. And at the end of the music video, he started switching off all the TVs. Like he said, I've got enough of this crap.
The show stuff. Yeah. Interesting. So interesting.
It's cool. I really like it. Guys, please make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're going to be reacting definitely to more stuff from Tom. His music we found is like amazing in the message.
Yeah.
So definitely more will be coming. And until then, make sure you turn off all the mainstream media.
And don't get brainwashed.
See you later.